Hi, welcome everybody. Today we consider work done in a quasi-static process. We have already discussed what is a quasi-static process. Actually, in thermodynamics, what we are going to learn, we consider only quasi-static processes. Okay, we consider that all processes that we are considering are quasi-static processes. So what is a quasi-static process? A process in which the system successively changes from one equilibrium state to the next equilibrium state, differing only infinitesimally from the first one or from the previous one. So the system is successively changing from one equilibrium state to the next equilibrium state, very slowly, gradually. Okay, the process has to be very slow process, infinitely slow process. So such a process is called a quasi-static process. Okay, and as I said, in thermodynamics we deal with reversible quasi-static processes only. Okay, then so that's about quasi-static process. Now we are considering only quasi-static process. There we consider non-cyclic process and cyclic process, and we calculate work done in both cases. So what is a non-cyclic process? A thermodynamic system which undergoes a series of changes and does not come back to the original state. Such a process is called a non-cyclic process, a thermodynamic system which undergoes a series of changes but it does not come back to the original state. Okay, so we consider an example of a gas enclosed in a cylinder which is provided with a piston. So by moving the piston, you can compress the gas, or the gas can expand. So such a system we are considering. We have a cylinder with a piston attached to it, and the pressure, volume, temperature of the initial state, it is Pi, Vi and Ti, and the final state, that is Pf, Vf, Tf. We are considering non-cyclic process. So clearly this Pf, Vf, Tf, that is different from Pi, Vi and Ti. Okay, suppose that P is the pressure and V is the volume. Now we allow the gas to expand, and there is an applied force acting from outside on the piston. Then the pressure is changing, volume is changing, temperature is changing. Suppose that at an intermediate stage, during this transition from Pi, Vi, Ti to Pf, Vf and Tf, suppose during the transition, during an intermediate stage, suppose that P denote the pressure and V the volume. Okay, at some intermediate stage. Then since the system is in equilibrium, the force due to the gas pressure, the pressure of the gas molecules inside the cylinder enclosed by the piston, that force is given by pressure into area. And what is area? Area is the area cross section of this piston. Okay, area cross section of the piston. We know pressure is force per unit area, so force is pressure into area. So F is equal to PA. Okay, now suppose that the volume of the gas increases from V to V plus dV. Okay, V to V plus dV. During the expansion, the volume changes, V to V plus dV, and the dV is given by A into dl, because we assume that the piston is moving through a small distance dl. So the area is A. So as the piston moves through a small distance dl, the volume of the gas will be increasing by AdL, so which is equal to dV. Now the work done by the gas during this expansion, the piston is moving outwards due to the pressure inside the cylinder. So the work done by the gas, that is given by F dot dl, the small amount of work done for moving the piston through a small distance dl. So dW is equal to F dl, and F is PA, so PA dl, AdL is dV. AdL is the small volume. So what we get? The small amount of work done by the gas when the piston moves through a small distance dl, so that the volume changes by dV, that is given by PdV. Okay, so this is the small amount of work done. So the total work done by the gas during the process where the volume changes from Vi to Vf, that is given by integral Vi to Vf PdV. Okay, so in the indicator diagram, what is an indicator diagram? If for some process, if you draw a graph showing the variation of pressure and volume, we say we have an indicator diagram. So here we have an indicator diagram, pressure on the y-axis, volume on the x-axis, V1, V2, or Vi, or we can call it Vi and Vf. Okay, so the volume is changing during some process, pressure is varying, and the PdV, we saw PdV is a small amount of work done, and PdV, as we look at this graph, is this shaded portion, this small shaded portion. Integral PdV will be the area of this curve, the area of the curve ABCDA. Okay, so the work done can be obtained from the graph, which is the area under the curve. Okay, in the indicator diagram. So this is the work done by a gas. We are considering a gas. So the work done is given by integral Vi to Vf PdV. Okay, now we consider an isothermal process, a non-cyclic process, which is an isothermal process. What is an isothermal process? A process which takes place at a constant temperature. Okay, so we have the work done W, that is equal to integral V1 to V2 PdV. For 1 mole of the gas equation is PV nRT equal to nRT, n is 1, so PV equal to RT, so P is equal to RT by V. So that we substitute here for pressure. So W equal to integral V1 to V2 RT by V dV. T is a constant, R is a constant, so we take RT outside, so integral V1 to V2 dV by V log V, we apply the limit, so RT log V2 by V1. So W is equal to 2.303 RT log V2 by V1. Okay, so this is the expression for work done in the case of an isothermal process. If there are n moles, you will have 2.303 nRT log V2 by V1. And we know for an isothermal process, the equation PV equal to RT, if T constant, PV will be equal to a constant. So that means P2 V2, that will be equal to P1 V1. Okay, P2 V2, that will be equal to P1 V1, because PV is a constant. So P1 V1, P2 V2, so V2 by V1, that will be equal to P1 by P2. So here for V2 by V1, I can substitute P1 by P2. So W will be 2.303 RT log P1 by P2. So we have two expressions for the work done in an isothermal process in terms of volume and in terms of pressure. Then work done during an adiabatic process. Here the work done, again the same expression, integral volume, integral V1 to V2 PdV. But for an adiabatic process, the equation is PV to the power gamma a constant, where gamma is the ratio of the specific heats, Cp by Cv. Okay, so PV to the power gamma constant, we will be deriving this expression for adiabatic process in the later classes. So from this, the pressure can be written as K by V to the power gamma. So the work done, I am substituting for pressure P dV. P is K V to the power gamma, K is a constant, and here we have V to the power minus gamma dV. So K V to the power minus gamma plus 1 as we integrate over minus gamma plus 1. We apply the limits and we have K over 1 minus gamma V to the power minus gamma plus 1 minus V1 to the power minus gamma plus 1. We take this K inside. So here we have K, here also K, and K, what is K? P V to the power gamma, that is K. So here I am giving P2 V to the power gamma for K. For K I am giving P2 V to the power gamma. Here for K I am giving P1 V1 to the power gamma. Okay. So I will have, as this combined, I will have P2 V2 minus P1 V1, here 1 by 1 minus gamma. Okay, so this is an expression for the work done in the adiabatic process. For an ideal gas, we know P2 V2 is equal to RT2, so that is given here. P1 V1 is RT1, so that is given here. So this is W equal to R by 1 minus gamma T2 minus T1. For n moles, this is for 1 mole. For n moles, we will simply have an n here. So nR over 1 minus gamma T2 minus T1. So this is the work done. So we have seen isothermal process, adiabatic process. Now comes an isobaric process. You know, isobaric process is a process where pressure is a constant. So in this expression, the P is a constant, P comes outside. So P, as we integrate dV, we have V, apply the limits, P V2 minus V1. So the work done during an isobaric process is pressure into V2 minus V1. Work done during an isochoric process. What is an isochoric process? A process in which there is no change in volume. Volume is constant. So in this expression, this dV will be 0. So work done will be 0. So work done during an isochoric process is 0. So during an isochoric process, work done is 0. Okay. So you might be asked to answer questions like this. What is the process, or name the process in which the work done is 0? Okay, it's clearly the isochoric process. So far we were considering non-cyclic process. Suppose we have a cyclic process. Here we see the cyclic process. We start from A, move to B through C, come back to A through D. So we have a cyclic process. That is, the initial and final states are the same. Such a process is the cyclic process. Okay. Now what is the work done? The question is, what is the work done in the cyclic process? The answer is, it will be the area of this loop. This is a loop ACBDA. It will be area of the loop. How? Work done during the first part, when the system changes from A to B, the work done is given by the area of the curve ACBFEA, isn't it? ACBFEA. That is the work done. Okay. Now during the second part, when the system changes from B to A, the work done is given by BDAEF. Okay, BDAEF. That is the area under this curve. The process is from B to A. So BDAEF. Okay. So this is the total work done. But the first part, during the first part, we have to see that as system changes from A to B, its volume is increasing, dV is positive. Now during the second part, the volume is decreasing. When it changes from B to A, the volume is decreasing. So that means in the first part dV is positive, work done is positive. In the second part dV is negative, work done is negative. So the total work done, that will be minus area ACBFEA, that is for the first process, the first part where the work done is positive. Area BFEADB, that is for the second part where the work done is negative, volume is decreasing. So as you subtract, you will be getting ACBDA. Okay, you will be getting ACBDA as the area, this loop, the area of this loop as the total work done. Okay, so this is the work done in the case of a cyclic process. So we have calculated work done for a non-cyclic process where we have the isothermal, adiabatic, isobaric, isochoric process, and then we saw cyclic process. Okay.